What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down the description. You guys also know, and yesterday you ordered more than ever before the Glance LED. And listen, with this unit, all you have to do is buy it. No subscription fee. You plug it in, you connect it to your internet, you tell it what you want to see. It's going to give you real live data, updating you anything going on in the world of sports, whether it's NCAA, NFL, NHL, UFC, NASCAR. You don't want to care about sports, that's fine. It's going to still keep track of your news, your stocks, your weather. Honestly, as I've said so many times, 100% something that changed my life. Every single day, I wake up, I turn the unit on, I sit there, I play video games, I watch movies, TV shows, and I know at all times what is going on in the world of sports. Even if I'm watching my beloved Baltimore Orioles, I can know everything else at a glance in the world of sports. We are going to talk about NCAA football because we got more from EA today than we've gotten in a very long time. And I'm just going to start by showing you some of these images because I'm going to be honest with you guys. It is obviously 2024, and I understand that a lot of what we're seeing here does not appear to be on that technology. But look, I have some greater concerns, and it amazes me that when I go to these videos to talk about this game, and I'm honest with you about it, just like I'm honest with you about Madden, there are so many people that hit the thumbs down, that get mad, that do all those things. Well, stay tuned on this video because one of my fears has already came true, okay? It's already in the trailer. They couldn't hide it from you. So when I look at these things, right, when you see, okay, this is the modeling we're using for these intros, you know, this is the modeling we're using for these animals. Yes, everything, you're right, looks well and good. And to be fair, they've been sharing this with us now for years, okay? This is just part of modeling, part of game creation. We all knew going into college football, one of the biggest things they needed to get to differentiate this game from Madden was the college atmospheres. And I can hands down tell you, based on what we've seen, they've done it. Congratulations, great job, EA. They went more than just going through the motions, you know, and they've shown us the progress of that work. You know, we get to go out and we get to see not only what the asset looks like kind of as they're building it, but also the asset in the game. We also get to see not only how they look in the game, right, and the importance of them. Like right here, you have the mascot, you have these, you know, gentlemen holding this push-up board, but we also will see in a moment how this looks in the game. With Madden, this has always been very much behind the scenes. EA has really never been one to share the in-game assets. I don't know why they're choosing to do it now, whether they're showing like, hey, we built all these things, we've truly made a commitment, this is a difference from one game to the next, 1 year to the next, look at all the things that we've added, because they know this is what's important to you and to me as a gamer, is to know that we're not going to get copy and paste, rinse and repeat the same game with college football teams, okay? So when you see, you know, this image here, and then you see it replicated in the game, I just want you to understand, the only concern that I have here is that the mascot can change, right? That this cutscene here can be the same, and just the mascot changes. Because to me, that's where repetition comes from, right? That's where, when you're talking about all this work they've been doing, it doesn't matter, because after 3, 4, 5, 6 games, it all feels the same. And that is a big problem, whether you want this game to be the best game ever or not. That is a big problem EA has had. And in this trailer, they actually show us, you know, all of these intros that they go through, and we start to see, hey, there's some repetition here. Hey, these are just, you know, the cutscenes. You know, there's nothing live about these. Other games do not rely on cutscenes. They rely on true player emotion. On the field, off the field, things are varianced, right, based on how the player characters are programmed. And you don't have such a static gameplay experience where you're watching these things. Because we've learned, all gamers, once we realize we're just watching the same thing, like we go through this scene right here, where they go to the end zone and they have whatever it is in their hand, right? Whatever it is, they all go to the end zone. These celebrations, why were they removed from Madden? Well, they were removed from Madden for one simple reason. They got very, very, very repetitive, okay? And that's why people didn't use them. That's why ultimately they came out of the game. Please don't tell me we're using that same concept here on this game, right? You should learn from the community what we want. Now, they did go out and they said, listen, we understand that we needed to add a lot of things. We worked with ESPN. They have the ESPN license. I don't know why they say, like, we're working with ESPN. You have the agreement with them. You should be working with them. They should be integrated into every aspect of this game. You shouldn't have to sell us that. We should know. You should have all these different presentations, and ESPN should be, in my opinion, at the forefront of that. They go out and they show, listen, we've done a lot of work with the crowd. You're going to have specific, again, specific scenes, okay? So the problem becomes, like right now, we look at Georgia, right? When we look at Purdue, when we look at other teams, are we going to see the same exact characters with just different letters painted on them? And I know to some people, you're going to say, well, no game ever makes you happy. No, listen. For years, we've told EA this is not something that we continually want to see. We don't want to see the same thing over and over and over because it ruins the immersion. All right, now look, they've done some good things. I'm gonna show you another one, okay? One of the greatest things they did was go through and say, listen, we've put in promotionals to the stadiums. There's gonna be blackouts, there's gonna be whiteouts, there's gonna be stripe the stadium, right? These are things that make games feel different, right? These are things that don't feel like a cutscene. These are things that don't feel repetitive, but these are also very, very, very easy things to do. Very easy things to do. Now, let's talk about one of my biggest concerns that I have. Because in this gameplay, we see this moment right here. Okay, and this moment is very important because a touchdown is being scored. And I just want you to look at what's going on the field. First and foremost, you can go back and watch this for yourself, or you can even look at this image. And you can see as soon as the touchdown is scored, the defense just stops. They stop, they turn around, they walk off. Okay? Now, that's bad programming logic, and that's abrupt change of direction uniformed players take at the same time. This right here is moments later in the touchdown celebration. Tell me where all of the defensive players are. They're not there. Do you know why they're not there? Because this is a cutscene. And that is the point I was making to you in the beginning of this video. This is ruining immersion. If you're going to do it right. If you're going to put cutscenes in, then put cutscenes in. But don't make it to where the whole team in sideline disappears. It looks silly. You're taking all this other time to put in, celebrations. Okay, you're going out and you're adding all these details because that's what we want, but are you truly doing it the right way? Or are you making a product that's going to be repetitive, boring, and quite frankly, whether you love or hate the game does not matter. No gamer wants to see the same cutscene. This scene here, where they're holding the championship belt, right? You don't want to see every single team with this, do you? No, you want to see specific players. You want to see what doesn't appear to just be a visualized part of the game. You want to have players coming over and interacting. Not just the same thing with the logo changing on the belts. And that's what EA has been known to do more than anything. And the technology is there. You don't have to go from this over to the stick figures with every single team. To where every time we see the opening, it's the same exact player models. It's the same exact images. Because, like I said, love it or hate it, you're going to get tired of it. That's all there is to it. Because you're not immersed when it's the same thing over and over. And EA, really, they put a lot of time and effort into these cutscenes, but then more often than not, they reuse them, they repeat them, and then they remove them. Track record. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching it. I will be back in the week with more commentary.